So, guys, here we are, MMA UK News. Obviously, myself, Stoomboy, MMA UK BJJ show, as always. So, today, we're talking about SGI. SGI8 is going to be on Saturday, the 9th of October. Doors open at 5 o'clock. First fight, I believe, is going to be on about 5:45, which is going to be the quarter-final of the 8-man tournament. And then, obviously, grappling matches throughout, leading up to obviously the last match of the night, which will be the final of the 8-man tournament. So tickets, as I've been saying, tickets are only available directly from Scottish Grappling on the Eventbrite page. Now, reason for that is a council building, so council are very, very strict when it comes to track and trace, so they need to make sure that they've got everybody registered for tickets, so there will be no ticket availability on the door like there normally is. So make sure you do get your tickets beforehand. Promises to be a fantastic event. As I say, we've got some great matches throughout. And I think it goes on, there's about 3 intervals or 2 intervals, just looking at the lineup. So yeah, it's going to be a long day of grappling, which is absolutely fantastic for any fans to see. So my next guest, Argyll Graham, Goliath MMA. So Argyll's going to be up against Phil Gregory of Sapphire MMA from down south. So Argyll is, I believe, a blue belt under Goliath, or at Goliath MMA, if I remember correctly. Last had a run out at Scottish Grappling a couple of weeks ago. So obviously, first comp back for many, which was absolutely fantastic experience, seeing everybody back on the mats, seeing obviously spectators and stuff like that around. So great to see everything trying to get back to some kind of normality. So Argyll, absolute pleasure to have you on, buddy. How you doing?
It's good to be here, mate. I'm good. How you getting on?
I'm good, sir. I'm good.
Good,
So back training then. So how's it feel being back training normal then?
Loving it. It's a good buzz about the gym now. We've just opened up the new strength and conditioning unit as well, so the place is bouncing. It's good to be back.
What's the numbers like for Goliath now then? So I know that everybody, every gym I've been looking at, the numbers have increased so much since before the lockdown.
Yeah, it's a bit of a joke, to be fair. We've got one of the biggest mats in Scotland, and you still bump into folk every time you're rolling. It's a bit crazy, but it's good. Yeah, it's a good place to be.
Good sized gym that Goliath's got. Really good sized gym.
Serious.
So, anybody that's up Cowdenbeath area, definitely pop in. Not even Cowdenbeath. I mean, if you're in the vicinity, then definitely pop in. I mean, you guys are absolutely brilliant. So
I mean, we've got folk travelling from everywhere. Yeah, so it's good.
And you cater for everything, not just jiu-jitsu, but you cater for so
everything.
There's definitely something there for everybody. And then, so as I mentioned, you got a run out a couple of weeks ago, Scottish Grappling. So, I mean, how did it feel being back then for you?
It was really good to be back. I mean, just like I was saying earlier, getting back into the competition environment and try to get the feet back to where we are. I want to compete as much as I can this year, so just get as many ticked off the list as possible.
Definitely.
Keep pushing forward to him.
And you're young, what are you, 21, 22-year-old?
Yeah, 21, so there's plenty of time ahead of me.
Definitely got many years ahead of you, buddy. Many years.
So,
and then what about obviously MMA? You do jiu-jitsu. I mean, is there anything else that you do outside of jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, I mean, I had a little run out of MMA a few years ago, and it was different. It's a different game completely, and I just kind of fell out of love with it a wee bit, and really picked up quick on the jits. So, I mean, I've been really enjoying that. So I don't see why I would stop doing that for now. But I mean, MMA is always there for me. You know what I mean? It's familiar, so you can always get back into it.
Mate, guys like me and you, we're too pretty to be getting punched.
Exactly. When you've got hair like this, can't turn it down.
Definitely. And then SGI, as you mentioned, it's going to be your first time out on SGI.
Yeah.
How did you find out about the fight then? How did it come about for you?
Well, we can actually train with like John Humphreys and Rhys Strathern quite a lot. So, and they've been on SGI before, and we thought, it's a really good show to get onto. And then I thought, you know what, I might just message James to get a wee feeler, see if there's anything available. So I just said, hi James, look, I'm looking to get on SGI if you've got any matches. And then nothing came about it. He said, I'll add you to the list. So I went and bought tickets for Polaris 17 to go see Craig Jones down in Southampton on the 9th. Then James messaged me saying, I've got a match. I was like, well, I can't really turn that down, So tickets sold, get on the SGI.
Definitely. As I say, it's going to be your first time out SGI. We were talking before, obviously a great venue, Maryhill Community Hall. So as I said, always liking it to a kind of Roman Colosseum a little bit, but obviously not as big as that, but obviously having the mat in the middle and all the fans around and stuff like that. So you'll enjoy the venue. You will enjoy the venue.
Sure. It's from what I've seen, it looks good. The DJ pounding the tunes away and stuff. So it'll be decent.
DJ John, yeah, banging out the old trance classics.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? So,
get me up for it.
yes. And then, what about you? I mean, obviously SGI. So it's going to be your first time at SGI. I mean, what plans have you got going forward? I mean, what would you like to see yourself doing?
I want to see myself getting as many sub-only matches as possible. I think my style suits that more than it does point fighting.
Yeah.
So definitely sub-onlys, like as many as I can. So it's a good marker to get myself out there.
Yeah.
Get a name for myself. Yeah.
Definitely. And I've got a few people coming in commenting already. Bobby Reyes just saying morning, boys.
Morning, Bobby.
Craig Savage.
Go on, Craigie boy. What's happening, Savage?
And then I've got Ewan, my bro likes.
My bro.
Craig McDonald, Argyll. What a solid little scrapper the little man is.
Oh, here they come, the wee fans. Craig, Mr. Karate.
All the fanboys coming in for you, mate.
Oh, they're here, mate. They're wanting a piece, eh?
So I think, are these guys that you train with or friends of yours?
Yeah, train partners, good pals with school and university and stuff. So
nice. And then what is it you do? So you mentioned university. So what is it you're doing at uni?
Yeah, so I'm an apprentice civil engineer. So I'm at uni 1 day a week and I work 4 days a week for Arup over in South Queensbury. So pretty busy boy. And then try to fit in all this training in between.
Engineer, my boy just last year got his master's degree, sports engineering, and engineering's a solid course, man. Absolutely solid course. So, but yeah, he finished that. He's now working out in Holland with Nike. So
brilliant.
Managed to get yourself a decent job.
That's a good gig, that,
Yeah. So, but Nike's a funny one. You've got to work your way up. So you had to start as I don't know, in the shop doing whatever he was doing, and then now he's away over to their headquarters in just outside Amsterdam. So
he'll be flying soon, then, eh?
Yeah. So listen, hopefully I'll be able to retire in a few years off his whatever he's going to make.
Absolutely. Right, put the foot in quick.
Yes. And then your guy you're fighting, then Phil Gregory, Sapphire MMA. Do you know anything about him other than what you've maybe read on the internet?
To be fair, I've just had a wee flip through Instagram, and he's had a couple of sub-only matches before, and he seems to be doing quite well. So, I mean, he's obviously a good guy. I mean, you can't be a mug and get on an SGI, so he'll know what he's doing. And it's kind of a similar gym to us, but it's not specifically an MMA school, a Jiu-Jitsu school. Sorry, it's all MMA stuff. So I think it'll be a good match. We'll be decent together.
Yeah. It's one of them things, though. You never worry about your opponent, do you? You just worry about what you're going to do on the night.
No, that's exactly it.
Yeah. And then. So going forward, you're talking about submission onlys. I mean, what about? Because I know obviously you did the local Scottish grappling, you did a few kind of Scottish local comps as well. I mean, would you ever look at some of the bigger comps like your IBJJFs or your Nagas, ADCCs, and stuff like that?
Absolutely. And Nagas are kind of big goal of mine as well. I want to compete on them and try and get a wee belt in that. It always looks good. But I'm not open. I'm open to anything, but my preference is obviously sub only. But I mean, I wouldn't turn down a competition if it came about it.
Yeah. And then what about? I mean, because obviously you talked about uni. You're at uni. You're working as well. Obviously, you'll be working full time. When I talk to anybody that's working a full time job and stuff, I mean, how do you manage to fit in grappling? Because especially you, if you're traveling from, I don't know how far it is from where you are up to South Queensferry every day, but I mean, how do you manage to fit in training?
Yeah, I mean, I'm quite in a lucky position now. So I'm working at home, so I'm only 10 minutes away from the gym. But then again, I'm 10 minutes away from the office as well, so I'm kind of in the middle of both.
Yeah. So
again, when I was working in the office, it was just go to work, come home, in the gym for like 6:30 and stuff. So it's pretty decent. It's not too bad. But now it's even better because I can get to the gym in the mornings and stuff if there's any classes on. Come home, do my work, and then away again at night. So it's pretty good right now. I'm in a kind of lucky situation.
Nice. And then what about when you are? Well, have you? Because obviously the lockdown's been so long now. I mean, it's been nearly 2 years since the lockdown kicked off. I mean, were you doing your course at the time when the lockdown started? Or right?
Yeah, so I've been at uni. I was at uni for 1 year on campus, and then obviously, 'COVID' kicked in, so I've been at home for a year. Now I'm going into my 3rd year, and I'm kind of still at home. But I mean, I wouldn't turn down a competition if it came about it. Yeah.
And then what about when you Yeah, yeah.
So it's going to be a bit brighter. But when I start going to uni and stuff, it might be a wee bit harder to get the training in as much as I'm doing just now. But
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what it happens, eh?
It's one of them things that MMA or Jiu-Jitsu guys, we always find a way to train. So we'll always find a way to train. So
yeah, there's always a gym.
there's always a gym. There's always somewhere. So,
Yeah.
and then obviously for you, then anybody you want to shout out to? So kind of friends, family, teammates, or any of your boys that jumped in and kind of say hello.
Aye, all the clowns in the chat and everything. But definitely all the boys at the gym and that have been great, pushing me super hard for this camp because it's well, I won this, get a bit of recognition, and then my family and my girlfriend putting up all my shite and stuff. So
Yeah,
got to shout them out all the time, eh?
definitely,
Keep me
definitely.
ticking over.
Yes, yes. Well, it's an absolute pleasure talking to you. I'm looking forward to it. Always love seeing the young guns coming through and kicking ass and doing absolutely brilliant. And I'd say definitely looking forward to this. Obviously, I've seen a little bit about you. Obviously, I watched you at the last Scottish Grappling comp. I was there, so managed to see I did manage to see a couple of your fights. So so I did see some good stuff. So I'm looking forward to obviously Scottish Grappling and seeing what you're SGI and seeing what you're going to bring. So SGI8 then, guys, is going to be, as I said, Maryhill Community Halls, Saturday the 9th of October. I say tickets, get them directly from Scottish Grappling because you will not get in at the door if you do turn up. Argyll Graham, Goliath MMA, going to be up against Phil Gregory of Sapphire MMA. So promises to be an absolutely fantastic match. So definitely get in and watch these guys. So Argyll, thank you again, buddy.
Yeah, thanks very much for having me.
Not a problem. And you enjoy the rest of your day, buddy. All right.
Yeah, you as well, mate. See you
Take it
later.
easy, mate. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.